Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with another update for my rolling project pan. This is my main project pan for the year. This is the project where I try to finish up as many projects as I can every single year. I structure it similarly every single year as well. I roll in 10 products and I work on them at any point in time, and then as soon as I finish something up, I replace it with something new. So it's a rolling project pan, like I said, and I might actually have some things rolling in today, which I'm really excited about. But I'm going to talk you through, of course, every single product I'm working on, let you know how I'm standing today. Some of these products are very long haul products, which means they're going to stay for the majority of the year. And to be fair, most of the products in this project that I roll in are like that, because this is like, again, my workhorse kind of project pan where I'm trying to finish things up. So I'm going to jump into the progress, but before I do so, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. Okay, so let's start with the products that has been in the longest. We're going to start with a couple eyeshadows first. And first up we have this shadow right here, which comes from Glam Shop. This is the shade Turbo Mielka, and it's actually one that I worked on last year as well. But of course I didn't finish it, and you can see the progress throughout the months. I have slowly but surely expanded the pan on this shadow, and it's a really nice shade to use. It's like an iridescent shade that goes from a blue, kind of bluey green, to a turquoise, to a purple, to a violet, to a pink. It's like, it has loads of shifts to it, but it's mainly like an icy blue to a pinky purple kind of shift. But it has also some nuances in between. So this is what it looked like last month, and since that point I have used this shadow 6 times, and this is where it is today. So you can see the progress right there, and I'm really excited to say that I was able to side pan on this shadow, which is always exciting. So it's definitely getting lower, and I'm hopeful that I will be able to finish this one relatively soon. So yes, I have it in this palette right here. I'm not going to show you the rest of the shades, but that is what it looks like. You would have seen the insert as well. But yeah, I'm really happy with where this eyeshadow stands today. So like I said, I used this one 6 times in possible, which I'm really happy with, because in the month leading up to last update, I didn't use it at all. I had a bit of a break from it. So I'm happy to have picked it up again now, and I'm using it a bit more. So I'm hoping that again I will finish it up in the next couple of months. It will definitely take a little bit longer. I don't think it's going to be done next month or anything. But I'm really motivated. Now when I hit side pan on it, I am seeing the end of the shadow. I'm seeing that I will probably be able to finish it up this year. So my estimation is maybe 2 more months with the shadow, maybe 3, probably actually maybe 3 more months. And if I can finish up in that time span, that would be amazing. Like I said, we have a couple more eyeshadows coming up. We have 2 more to talk about next. And the second eyeshadow that we have to talk about, and the second product, is a Super Shock shadow from Colourpop, which I have in this container right here. So this one is in the shade Amaze. It looks like this, as you can see. I already had pan on this one at the beginning of the year, but not too much use. So I've been slowly working away on this one as well. I've had a bit of a rocky kind of road with this shadow. There's been a couple of months where I didn't use it at all. Both in the second update as well as the 5th update, I didn't use this one at all. And in between, I have had some better months and some like worse months. I've had like my highest use with this one in a month is 11 uses, which was month number 3. But overall, this one is getting used as well. So this is what it looked like at the last update. You can see it right here. I was really happy with where this one was at that point. But I've had a really good month with this one in the past month, and I've used the shadow 10 times, and this is what it looks like today. So massive pan expansion on this shadow. It is getting very thin around the edges. Yeah, definitely, again, I'm seeing the end of this shadow. I think this one might be done in a month or 2. It depends on how much is actually in here. It looks very thin, but I'm hoping to maybe repress it in the next month. So yes, that is what this shadow is today, and it is super low. It's definitely been used a lot in the last 10 uses. It was very crumbly and very thin, which meant that I could use it up faster. Like, I didn't waste any product. Like, whenever it crumbled, I kept it in the pan, but I feel like it went fast that way. So I'm really happy with where this one is today. Like I said, I am thinking of repressing the shadow. I might do like a repressing session video again with this shadow, maybe like a couple more things. Let me know if you want to see that. Just because, again, it is so low, and this might be one that I'm hoping to finish next month, just because I do want something out of this project, and I also want to have some more eyeshadow empties. So I think this might be one that I'm going to try to focus on. So let me know if you think I can finish this one in the next month. I think it will take maybe like 15 more uses, maybe 20, so it will be a push. But if I use it on my eyes and on my nails, I might be able to do it. So let me know if you think I can do this in the next month, and also let me know if you want to see a repressing session with this shadow, as well as a couple more things. But yeah, that is still staying in the project. So the third shadow that I'm going to talk about for now is this shadow, which comes from Burberry. This is the sheer eyeshadow in the shade Rosewood, which looks like this. So again, I did have a tiny pan on this one at the beginning of the year. This is the product that I'm using in my eyebrows because it is a very good kind of taupey shade. It has a little bit of like a purpley undertone, but it's not like purple. It's more like a very cool toned, like ashy kind of shade. So it works really well for my eyebrows. I've really been loving this one in that way, and I'm using this one basically every single day and every time I do my makeup. So it's definitely moving along relatively consistently. I've used it around like 30 uses on average, probably every single month. So you can see how the pan has slowly expanded, and this is where I was with this product last month. So it was looking very, very used, and since that point I've actually had my best month yet. I've used this one 36 times in the past month, and this is what it looks like today. I haven't looked back at the footage yet, so I don't know if the pan has expanded, but I'm hoping it has. I feel like it should have, because again I use it so consistently, but you would be a better judge of that right now, because again I haven't looked back at the footage yet. But this is again where I'm standing today. So really happy with this product. It's definitely getting quite a big pan. It still has a lot of product in here. I mentioned this every single month, but this eyeshadow, this single eyeshadow, has 2.5 grams, which is a ridiculous amount for one eyeshadow, and I'm glad that I can use this one in like a everyday way, because otherwise I would never get through this one. So yeah, 36 uses in the past month, really happy with that. It's one that I'm going to consistently use moving forward as well. I know again that I have quite a lot of product left in here, but I'm hopeful that I can finish this one before the end of the year, just simply because I do use it every single day. And yeah, I mean, I don't have to repress this one or anything yet, because I use such a small brush with it anyway, and it's still a lot of product to use. So we'll see how long this one takes. I reckon that I have maybe like 3 more months with it before I have to repress it, maybe even 4. But at that point we'll be towards the end of the year, maybe 3 months then. I'm going to aim to repress this one in 3 months, and then hopefully finish it up in the next 2 months after that. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, but this at least is looking very well loved, and I'm happy that I'm consistently using it every single month. So that is my Burberry eyeshadow. Alright, so we're moving away from eyeshadows for a little bit, and we're moving into base products next. The next product is my Fit Me Loose Powder. This is the loose finishing powder in the shade Light Medium 20. And this one has been in for 5 months now. So with this product, I didn't mark it the first month because I didn't realize I could put this one on my side and mark it, but I have been doing it ever since the first update it was been in the project. So I'm just going to show you what this one looks like today. I'm not going to be able to set it out properly because I have to have like a bench, but you can mostly see where it's settling right there. So this is where it was like that first month of use. Second, third, fourth, and fifth month is here. So you can see that I've used quite a lot of this product in the past month. I'm really happy with that progress, and I've used up about half of what was left, which makes me quite hopeful, because if I use this one the similar amount that I did last month, I might even be able to finish this one up in the next month, which would be amazing. And just for reference, by the way, I did have one of my highest usage months. For this big gap up here, I used this one 32 times, and then for the rest of the months, I've used it around 20, kind of 5 uses. But in the past month, I did use this one 35 times, which again is my highest month so far with this product. So yeah, you can see again right there how much I have left. And if I use it 35 to 40 more times in the next month, which again I know will be a push, I will probably finish this one up. It means I will have to use this one every single time I do my makeup, and maybe even as a touch-up powder sometimes. But maybe I'll commit to that and see if I can get this one out. We'll see. It's not going to be like my main focus. I have a couple other things that I want to focus on getting out. I'm going to definitely focus on that amazing eyeshadow, and I'll talk about some other things coming up. But if I can get this one out as a bonus, that would be amazing. And if not, I'll definitely have it out within 2 months. Alright, so we have one more base product coming up before we move into a couple of cheek products. And that is a concealer. So this is my Maybelline Instant Eye Eraser, and this one was in the shade Sand, I believe. The packaging had completely rubbed off, so I can't really see it there. When I introduced this one, it was brand new. I hadn't used this product at all, and it's been in for 4 months. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the progress lines, but the first month I used all of this, which was very impressive, and I thought I was going to have it out in 2 months time, but you can see it really slowed down after that point. So first update, second update, third update, and now it is completely finished. It might look like there is a tiny bit left there at the bottom, but I twisted this one over and over again, and there's nothing else coming out. The sponge is like completely dry. I mean, you can see maybe a little bit there, but it's completely dry. There's nothing else coming out of it. I've squeezed it out. I've used it as much as I can, and this one is empty. I mean, I was expecting that anyway because I had such little product left last month, but I'm really, really happy to see this gone, and it also means that I can replace this with a new product, which I'm really excited to do. I already know what I'm going to replace this with. I'm going to actually replace it with another concealer, which I'm going to talk about later in the video, but we have another empty, which is always nice to see, so this product will be rolling out. Okay, so we have two highlighters to talk about next. The first one comes from my sleek Solstice palette, and I'm currently working on the final shade in the palette, which we call Equinox. It looks like this. You can see what it looks like. This product has been in for 3 months now, so at the introduction I already had pan on it. It was a little bit used, but like nothing too much. I have continuously expanded the pan, and this is what it looked like at the last update. So there was a little bit of pan expansion, but it wasn't moving as fast as I wanted to. There's definitely a little bit of staining on the bottom though, so it might have looked like used less than I actually had, but that was where I was last month. Since that point, I have used this highlighter 24 times, and this is what it looks like today. So I'm hoping that the pan has expanded a little bit, and I can definitely see it's quite a big pan now, and it's also getting a bit thinner around the sides. So this one is definitely moving along, but it's not moving quite as fast as I would like to, but I'm still happy with where this one stands today. So yes, this highlighter right here is looking quite well loved. I'm getting a little bit concerned though, because my goal for this year is to finish up both of these highlighters plus one in my Pan Face palette. And I actually have one more highlighter on my list that I know for a fact I'm not going to get to this year, which is fine. But yeah, I'm getting a little bit nervous because these two I do really want to finish. But this product is definitely getting well loved, and you can see that it's quite flat in the pan. I have cleaned off the stainage like there in the middle. There is still a little bit of stainage around the very sides because I don't want to get too close to the product to like scrape it off. But I have cleaned off the stainage there in the middle. So with this product, I'm hoping, just for my goals, to finish this one in the next month. I know it's going to be a push, but if I can do that, that would be absolutely amazing. And what I think I will do is I might actually go ahead and repress this. So this is actually another product I want to repress in my repressing session. I know that I might not quite have to do it yet. It's still usable, but it is a little bit harder to pick up, and it would be nice to just have everything in the center. So again, this is another product that I would include in that video if you want to see it. And if so, just let me know down below, and I'm happy to create that video for you. I actually haven't announced this officially, so I might as well do it in this video. In the month of July, I upload every single day. I decided to do that just because I'm working from home, and I have actually decided to continue that in August, hopefully. I am going to Sweden for about like 10, I think it's like 11 days. I'm going to Sweden for 11 days, but it can be 12 until I'm back because we're driving, so it's going to be a long drive. Anyway, I'm going to be gone for like 12 days. So almost 2 weeks of filming, which means I have to pre-film all of those videos, and that's the only thing that worries me. So if like in the middle of the month I'm missing an upload or so, just know why. But otherwise, I'm going to aim to try to post every single day in August as well, but then from September we're going to go back to normal. So it would be helpful to do a repressing session, because then I can have that as one of my uploads, and it's also one that's easy to pre-film. So let me know if you want to see that, but I'm going to hopefully repress this one in that video and get some good progress on it. And yeah, maybe I can still finish it because it is very, very flat in there. Like, I don't know if you can compare it to that pan, but it definitely is very flat. So we'll see how it goes with this one. If it's not done next month, it's definitely going to be done in 2 months' time. But I'm just going to keep pushing with it because I really do want to get that specific highlighter out so I can start working on the other one in this palette. So we have, like I said, one more highlighter to talk about next, and that is my What's Up highlighter from Benefit. This is a cream highlighting stick. I was also working on this one last year to try to finish, but I didn't get there, so I took a break from it, and I introduced this one 3 months ago at like the end of spring, beginning of summer, because I know this is a product that I love to use in summer. I'm actually wearing this one today, so I talked about this one in a couple of videos, but what I do now is I don't use foundation all over, so what I do is I put like a cream bronzer and then like a lipstick as a cream blush, and then I kind of put this highlighter right here, and I buff that all out, so almost like blend it all together across my cheeks. And then what I do is I kind of apply my foundation here, around my nose, and then my forehead, and then whatever's left of my brush I use to blend out my cheek products. And then I just set everything with powder, and then I put a little bit more powder, blush, and highlighter on. For bronzer, I usually just put a little bit around my forehead. I don't really use it in that area because I feel like it's bronzy enough. And that has been working really well for me. So with that, I have been using this highlighter stick so much because it's my go-to thing to do now. And it's quite funny because in the first month of this project, I used this 8 times. The second month, 18 times. And now in the last update, I have used this one 28 times. So I keep increasing it with 10 uses every single month, which is quite funny. But 28 uses in the past month, which I'm really happy with. And I am happy to say that this one is very close to being done. It's not done yet, but it's very close. Hopefully you can see it right there. It's not going to take very long. I think maybe I have like 15 to 20 uses left in here, if that, probably like 15. Let me go ahead and show you the progress lines as well, because I have marked them on a piece of paper, just so you can see. So you can see the progress there, so how much it has moved each month, and that bottom line right there is where I am today. So again, I think this is going to be an easy project to have out next month. I definitely think this is going to be an empty. Again, in kind of priority order, I think this one, and then the Amaze eyeshadow, and then the highlighting palette, with the 4th highlight in that palette. I think those are the 3 kind of, I think I'm going to aim to finish. And again, I'm going to prioritize them in that way, because I think that's also the way that's going to be easiest to finish. Because again, I think the highlighter in the palette is going to be quite a stretch, but this one for sure is going to be out next month. So I have 3 more products to go to talk about. Next up, we have my Pat McGrath Under Eye Setting Powder, which is repressed into this compact right here. I'm going to insert the footage of what this one looked like when I first introduced it. This product has been in for 2 months only, so this is obviously what it would look like at the introduction. It was freshly repressed, and in the first month I used it 9 times, and this is what it looked like at that point. Yeah, I did hit pan again, and I did get some use out of it. But this one has definitely slowed down because I'm no longer working in the office, so I don't need a touch-up powder very often, which this one is for me. In the past month, I used this one 6 times, and this is where this product stands today. So I have definitely expanded the pans. I have a couple pans in this palette now, and I'm almost connected the 2 main pans in the center. So very close. I think I only need like 1 more use to do that. But like I said, 6 more uses in the past month, and it's definitely moving, but it's moving slower. I think this is also one that I can have out relatively fast as soon as I start working on it more. And maybe when I go to Sweden, I need a touch of powder more, we'll see. And if so, I'm definitely going to get some more use out of this one. Otherwise, I know for a fact this one is going to be done in the month of September when I go back to the office. So yeah, this is again where this powder is today. It's looking very well loved, and it's going to be an easy product to finish, but I'm not rushing it because I know I can get through it quite fast. And I also really like this one as a texture powder. It's very smoothing. So I don't want to like force it by using it at home. And I'm kind of saving it for when I go out, which again is only why I have 6 uses on it. Because not every time I go out, I need a touch-up powder. And also I don't always remember to reuse it. And also again, because I'm not going to the office, I don't have those like set days every week where I need my makeup to last for like a full day. So yeah, this one is staying in. Quite a long-winded answer there, or quite a long-winded like little rant, but this one is staying in, and I'm really happy with this product, even though it's moving a little bit slower. Then you guys, we have an eyeshadow from this palette right here. This one was my Panda palette for last year, for the second half of the year. This is the Gold Obsessions palette from Huda Beauty. And I rolled in the second shade in the palette 2 months ago. So this is what it looked like when I first rolled it in. It was definitely well loved. It was almost finished. I almost finished it last year in that product, but I didn't quite get there. And in the first month, I used this one 10 times, and this is what it looked like at that point. So again, definitely more loved, but I still have some product left to go. In the past month, I have reached for this one 20 additional times, and this is where I am with it today. So as you might be able to see, I was able to finish this eyeshadow up, which I'm so happy with, because it means that I have another eyeshadow empty and also another thing rolling out of this project. It took me 32 total times in the project to finish this eyeshadow, but it's really nice to use as like a last blending shade, so I had no problem using it at all in the last couple of months. Yes, so we do have another empty. It used to be up here, but as you can see, it's now completely gone. I only have 2 shades left in this palette now. But with this eyeshadow, it was really easy to use. Like I said, I usually use it like as a lost transition or like as a blending out shade, because it was just like one, or maybe it's one, like one shade deeper than my skin tone, so it worked perfectly for that. So I'm happy to say that this one is gone, and I'm happy again that I can count on an eyeshadow empty. and also that I'm one step closer to finishing this palette completely. And for the product, I'm of course going to replace it at the end, but I have one more product to talk about, so we're going to do that first. And this is actually a product I rolled in last month. It is another highlighter. I have a lot of highlighters and a lot of eyeshadows in this project because that's like what I want to focus on this year. But this is the the Impossible Glow highlighting drops. And again, I have had it in for 1 month now. I actually only reached this one 4 times. It's not like my most used product, but you can see that there's a little bit of movement. The way I use this one is mainly on like my décolletage or my shoulders if I have that out. So that is the movement from that. Again, that is only 4 uses. So definitely a long way to go, but I am hopeful I can still finish this one. We have finally had some summer in the UK, so I have been dressing with more dresses. Like today, for example, I'm only like filming and I'm staying at home. But this afternoon, I'm going out to see a friend. I'm going to redo my makeup for that, but I'm going to go see a friend. And I believe I'm depending on what I wear, I'm definitely going to put this one on my décolletage and stuff like that for that, because I love wearing it that way. So I have uses for this one, but it just moves slow unless it is like warmer weather. So I do think I can still use this one up, but I'm going to have to put in some effort in it now in summer, because as soon as we get into the colder months, I'm not going to want to use this one as much. So we'll see how it goes, but 4 uses so far and a little bit of movement, but of course it is staying in. Alright, so we have 2 empty products. We have the eraser from Maybelline, and then we have the eyeshadow from the Huda Beauty Gold Obsessions palette. And I'm actually going to replace both of them with very similar things. So let's start off with the concealer first. And I've already mentioned it, but I'm going to replace that with another concealer. The concealer that I'm introducing is the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer. This one is in the shade Light Beige. And as you can see, there's already a couple windows in this product. I do definitely have some product left in here. That's still like quite a bit of product. The one still comes out quite like wet, but I do want to get this one out because I've had it in my collection for quite a while now. I do really love this concealer. I love it as like a touch-up concealer too, but I do think I'm going to use this one as a regular concealer just because it's a good shade for me right now, and I'm not really having like an everyday concealer anyway. So this one is going to be introduced that way. And honestly, I don't think it's going to take too long to finish this one up. I think it might be in for like 2 months, maybe even 1 month, depending on how much I use it. I might even use it as like a bit of a like no foundation thing. And if I do that a lot, then I do think I can have this one out in 1 month. But this is going to be my first introduction, and I'm really, really excited to start working on this one because I've been wanting to start working on this one for a long time, but I wanted to wait until I was done with this product right here. And then to replace the eyeshadow from the Huda Beauty Gold Obsessions palette, I'm actually rolling in another eyeshadow from the same palette just because I want to continue working on it, and I want to try to have some more eyeshadow empties, as well as have this palette out as soon as possible. So out of the 2 that is left, I am decided to roll in this shadow right here, which is shade number 6. They don't have names, but it's like this kind of peachy, mauvey kind of shade. It's like a mauve tone, but it's more kind of peachy leaning. And I'm really, really excited to work on that one. And I already have quite a big pan. It's definitely going to take a few uses to get this one out. Considering it took me 30 uses to get out that second shade, I think maybe I have like 50 uses with this shadow, so it's definitely going to take some work, but I'm hopeful I can get it out if I just work on it and dedicate some use to it. I know this is probably going to hinder some of the progress in my Pan Matte palette because I have a lot of matte shades in there too. However, I did swatch out similar shades, and this one actually works really, really nicely with Dusty Rose, because Dusty Rose in that palette, which is the Soft Glam palette by the way, is just a little bit deeper than this shade, so I think this one can work nicely to blend out that shadow. So I'm hoping that they can pair nicely together, and instead of this one being a hindrance, it actually means I can utilize other shades in that palette a bit more. So that is going to be the next product that I'm rolling in, and it's also going to be my new 10th item. We'll see how long it takes to finish that one up, but I'm excited to start working on it. Alright, so before I wrap up the video, I'm just going to talk again through the products that I'm hoping to finish next month, and I have quite a few. So we have 4 products actually, so let's talk you through them. The first one is the Amaze Super Shock Shadow. I think I can get this one done hopefully in next month. It's going to be one of my priorities. Then also the What's Up highlighter is also one that I'm definitely going to try to have out. I think this one is going to be easy. No problems at all here. I think this one can be done, which will be very, very nice. Then down on the list for priority, I do have my kind of Fit Me powder. If I can get this one out, that would be amazing. But I'm looking at it now. I might have a little bit more than half left, like a little bit more than what I used up this month. So maybe this one won't be done, but if so, that's fine. But maybe if I can push it, I will have that one done too. And then one that I'm really going to push for, but I might it might be a stretch. It's going to be the Sleek Highlighting palette in, what's the shade called again? Equinox, that lost shade. I know it's going to be a stretch, but I really, really want to try to have this one out next month. So that is going to be my 4th product that I'm trying to finish in the next upcoming month. So those, you guys, were all of the products that I am currently planning and everything that I think that I'm hopefully going to finish up next month. Let me know if you think I can get through those 4 products, or if there's anything else that you think I can have really good progress on. I would love to hear from you guys. Let me know how you're doing with your year-long project plans down below as well. It's always exciting every time I get an update from you guys, because I love reading it. It's almost like watching another project plan video. Even if you don't post anything, it's just nice to see it in the comments, to hear what you have finished up and how you're doing with your products. So please do let me know down below. Otherwise, since I'm still posting every single day, I will have another video up tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. And I will catch you in that one. Bye, guys.